Hey y'all, this is your boy Ocean and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do a little collective read, but in the nature and the spirit of this new moon in Pisces. So I just wanted to get on here. I was at work earlier, so it's like, I don't know, I think it's like 5 something now, but like I got off from work at like 3. And I was like, you know what, let's just, go home, chill, do a little video, kind of take our time and see kind of what's going on. I'm kind of liking what's going on right now because like the sun is getting ready to come up, obviously. And then also too, my little thing on my tripod broke, so I'm trying to make sure like the camera is like at a good angle and like it's straight. I can't really tell. It looks like it is, but then when I go back and watch this, it'll be like all over the place. But anywho, it don't really matter. But however, I just wanted to get on here and do something fun, real low key, like no structure. I may actually come back and do another new moon video, the one that's like more structured, because I feel like I get a lot from that too, and I hope when people find it that they get something from it as well. But I'm kind of in this structure phase, but I don't know, I'm kind of excited about this new moon because it's like, it's in Pisces and it's like a lot I don't know about astrology and like the personality traits and all this kind of thing. So it's kind of like intuitively, it's like with what I know about Pisces, like I'm like, wonder what that kind of looks like what are the attributes here? And I feel like with it being such a very intuitive kind of energy that, right now it was a good idea to kind of just like go with the flow, and just kind of see what happens, and not like it's okay to have structure, but sometimes kind of come off of that structure a little bit and off that path, because I guess Pisces being very intuitive, that's very feminine energy-ish, very kind of like nurturing, free flowing, and just trying to figure out how to get into your flow and not always be so assertive, be more on the receptive end, receiving of things instead of always being the giver, the extender, and So yeah, I'm kind of excited to kind of see what this little season is all about, because I really feel like some great things about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna get on here and kick it. My little incense just went out, so I'm gonna have to light another one. But real quick too, I just feel like the timing for everything right now is so perfect. You know what I'm saying? So let me light this, my little selenite thing, because it reminds me of the moon. So it's like, I love to light this thing every time there's a new moon. And then I was like, let's get the sound bowl out and let's do something. And then I was like, let's do the cards. So the interesting thing about these cards is I like the way these shuffle, but my other ones, I like those because the messages that are on them. So it's kind of again, so that's me trying to be a little bit more receptive to something new, to change, and not always feel like I need to be so structured and be in control, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of intuitively, I'm like, let's see where this goes, right? So then we got a little incense over here. I'm gonna light another one. So I came in from work, took a shower, got chilled, and I made me a little smoothie too. So I'm gonna share that with y'all. And the funny thing is I got amethyst right here, and then my smoothie is actually the same color. So maybe amethyst or purple could be very significant, since I got my little smoothie right here. So it's got banana, wild blueberries, so frozen wild blueberries, frozen raspberries, banana, agave, coconut water, and then I also put some pecans in there. Earlier I had walnuts, so I might stop every once in a while and have a little sip. That is so good. All right, so anywho, so anyways, welcome to my channel. I've been talking for 5 minutes and kind of rambling on, but that's kind of how I want this to be. But welcome to my channel. I appreciate you being here. Um, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments about the video. You know, I'm just on here trying something different, something that I intuitively felt led to do. And I just kind of like wanted to talk as well too about this, you know, because the new moon about setting intentions and stuff like that too. And then I'm gonna get into some cards. All right. But I guess first, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Preliminaries. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Turn notifications on, you know, so you can be looking out for stuff that I post, you know, and I'm trying to be consistent with it. I don't have a lot of followers right now, but, you know, I'm enjoying the journey of just having a space to be creative. So that's why I'm very thankful and grateful to actually be here. So thank you for being here as well, as part of that journey. So yeah, like I said, hit that notification, give me those likes, and you know, help me build this channel. So I'm gonna do a little bowl, and then I got some stuff I'm gonna say after I get finished with that. All right, so we're gonna get into that real quick. Sweet. All right, so let me put this over here. All right, so real quick, so earlier, I guess you can call it, I guess, like a download. So I wanted to share a couple of things with you all. So first, I just kept hearing like about the word healing. So with the word healing, it's a very broad term. So you just kind of have to take it to how it resonates, you know, for your situation, you know, whoever you are. Because the word heal, it's a very broad term, right? So I don't think that some of us even realize or understand that we are about to be healed. You know, for some of you, you're already healed and you may not even be aware that you are, but I think you're getting ready to come into that awareness, like you're about to realize that you are healed from something or some things, right? And then there are some people who are actually healing, who are in the process, and then there are some who be encouraged because you are going to be healed, right? And so I wanted to, that was one of the things that came to me earlier too, that we need to keep that in mind. But like I said, I think a lot of people as a collective, like, are about to wake up to the realization that you actually are healed. All right. The other thing was, so it was like I was kind of getting the Queen of Pentacles energy and the Nine of Pentacles energy. So first, the Nine of Pentacles energy, like the idea of it came into my head, then the Queen, right? So it was kind of like the Queen of Pentacles is very, and I don't know if some of these might actually come out in the read. I don't know. It'd be pretty badass if that did happen though. But so anyways, the Queen of Pentacles, like, usually she's depicted like sitting in this chair, holding this pentacle in her hand. And it's like, she's always focused on the task at hand. Like, if stay in your lane was a person, I feel like it would be the Queen of Pentacles. And so she's focused on that. Also, it's a card of like, you know, a woman who is very domesticated, like she's a homebody, like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be woman energy, is fluid, but in that particular card, it's, you know, it's depicted as a woman, and so very homebody. And so it's like, when I thought about also the Nine of Pentacles, that's all about not self-esteem, self-sufficient, very independent. I've heard people say that's like pre-Empress energy, right? And usually that person is a single person. So the whole idea of being like self-sufficient, like, for some of you all, I feel like you're being called to be those two types of energies, because it's almost like it's homesteadish kind of vibes, right? So it's kind of like, well, like maybe you make something, like for instance, you make a soap, right? And you make it very well. So when you do that, you're kind of like a Queen of Pentacles, but you're also self-sufficient in the sense, because it's like you don't depend on corporations or other companies, whether it be, conventional or unconventional, practices when it comes to like how the soap is made. Maybe there's something that you care about, so you started making your own soap, and so now you become self-sufficient because that is something that you make for yourself, so you no longer have to depend on another source to provide that for you, right? So at the same time, you're self-sufficient, but you also like, you make that soap for your home, so you use it at home. So there's a skill that you possess, right? And so maybe another person knows how to make laundry detergent. So it's like, this is still this idea of like becoming more homestead, like things that you build at home, or things that, come from you, from your creative side, from your, I think that's your sacral area, like your area of creativity, of creating, right? And so obviously the person who makes the soap is self-sufficient, and the person who makes the laundry detergent is self-sufficient. But the person who can do them both, these are two skills, that person has a little bit more value. And it's not to say that the person who doesn't do those things or can't do those things doesn't have value, but it's like it's adding more to your value. Like, because I kind of like to think about life like the accounting equation. Assets equals, what is it? Liabilities. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's capital or something like that. I have to look it up again. So it's like, essentially what I'm trying to say is like, what are the things that in an accounting sense, like add value to you as a company? So like cash and things that, are lucrative, property that you own, like those things add to the value of the business, right? So it's like the same thing. It's like, what are things that I can do to add value to myself is basically where I'm going with this. But I feel like I'm kind of rambling. But anywho, so you add more value to yourself in that sense, like, and so those are skills, right? And I feel like where we're going is like, everybody wants to be so tech. And I'm probably going out on a limb by saying this, and probably should, I meant to look this up earlier too, and maybe do some more research, but I feel like everybody wants to abandon things in order to become more tech savvy. Like, this has gotta be faster, the next computer, the next this, the next that, and that's fine. But I also feel like there's a need for us to return back to a place of like skill base, like, and not just a skill base, but having multiple skill bases, because it adds value to us. Like, it makes us more useful, makes us more productive when I can do multiple things and be good at those things, right? And so, because I feel like even if you have a skill, when you, like, I don't think you can separate skill and technology. Like, I guess like the true meaning of them. And this is the part where I feel like maybe I need to look up and maybe I need a different understanding. But I kind of feel like that when you have a skill, when you continue to add to that skill so that it progresses, because knowledge about it does change over time, to me that is kind of like a form of technology. It's very progressive in a way, but maybe it's not so much that, maybe in one avenue you're using more brain, even though it takes brain for both, but maybe in one area, you're using more brain as far as what we call technology, but then whereas over here, the skill-based thing, the trade thing, could be more of like hands manual. But what about not separating them, but allowing the two to kind of like coexist together, right? So kind of like that binary star system deal, two different things working together, But anywho, so yeah. And also too, with the new moon, every time I always say like, set your intentions. And so it's like, it's a call to remember your why, remember you said that you were gonna do X, Y, Z. Or maybe some of you said, when I get this age, then I'll do this. Or when I get to this phase of my life, then I'll do this. And for many of you, you're there. You've already made it to that point that you said once upon a time when you get there, right? So maybe you said, when I got 30, I wanted to have saved $10,000, right? And maybe you only saved 2 and you're 8 short. And it's like, now you're past 30 and you still don't have your 10,000. So it's like, remember what you said. Remember how you said you were gonna do this and how you wanted this to be like this. So it's like, set those intentions and go back. And it's like, you can still do those things. Remember the why. Remember you said you were gonna start a business. Remember what you said your mission was gonna be. And sometimes you have to go back, and there's nothing wrong with that, So those were just some little downloady things that kind of came to me that I kind of just wanted to express and get off my chest, right? So that's why I said later on this afternoon, I might do another new moon video and do one that's a little bit more structured, all right? So I've already pre-shuffled the cards, because I don't think I have nothing else to say, and it's already been like 17 minutes. But I mean, this was cool. Like, I wanted it to be very free, no particular objective, but to just get on here and share and just be a part of the creative process, right? So I guess maybe that is part of this Pisces thing. So what are the clear and concise messages for the collective stuff that edifies and builds them up? That's just for the collective, for this new moon up in the Pisces, up in the Pisces. And as always, let's keep the energy on the table. Please and thank you. All right. So yeah, that whole idea about the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, that thing came to me earlier when I was like pre-shuffling these cards too. So, all right, let's get into this. Let's keep the energy on the table, please and thank you. So we got the Temperance up in here. I'm getting tongue-tied, up in here. So this is Sagittarius. This is moderation, balance, harmony, mix, blend together and create something new. So like every time I see this card, I always get like a bartender or mixology, or mixologist rather. So some of y'all, that could be y'all's profession, I do a little bit of that, so I resonate a little bit. But yeah, that's what I always get when I see that. And it could be something very significant too about a delta, something red, the third eye, water, a crown. You could receive a crown, or your crown chakra could be open at this time. But something is coming together obviously for you. Alright. So this is something new. So this is like, so it's all about synergy as well. So it's like you could be taking something old and mixing something else, with it to make something new. And even like I was talking about earlier with the person that makes soap, or being more homestead. Perhaps you're mixing things together and you're creating something new. You're creating some type of temperance, right? Also, another reason why I wanted to use these cards as well was because when I was making the comparison between these and the other ones, is that even though I like the messages that are on them, I've been getting a lot of the same cards. So I was like, intuitively, with Pisces here, maybe with this, this is kind of lining up. Maybe if I change the deck, I might get some different cards, like some cards I haven't seen in a while. So, but the Temperance is here. That's a card I haven't seen in a while. All right, so next, now back to our regular schedule program. So next we got the Six of Swords here. So we got moderation, balance, you're mixing something, you're creating something new. Perhaps whatever it is that you're creating new is gonna help you to move away from turmoil. At one particular point in time, things were like very unsettled. And now you're kind of like on this journey, you're evacuating, you're moving on to something more smooth. You're letting go of old and bad ideas. So maybe you could be, have some type of new idea, that you're creating. So maybe you took something old, like I said, mixing it with something new, or you're being more moderate at this time. Swords are all about mind energy, your intentions. So maybe your intentions are to be a little bit more, to do things in moderation, right? And so because you're setting the intent to be more moderate in all the aspects of your life, of blending things together, it's causing you to be in a little bit more calmer space, or you're in the transition to. So I also too, like I'm getting like when I was talking about the whole healing thing, so this could be like some of y'all literally like on your way to like a place of healing. Because both of these cards got some water in them. All right, so we got the King of the Pentacles. It's professional, material success. This is an influx. This is a strong provider. You're building something very strong and something very durable. Something that's very lasting, a very solid foundation here. You could be letting go. If this has something to do with a, professional material success, remember when I was talking about the assets, like, finding ways to add value to something, it could consist of you like letting go of some type of mindset, transitioning to a new place in your life that ultimately gives way to building something more durable, something more professional. So you could be letting go of like unprofessional behaviors or unprofessional ways of thinking and doing things, right? All right, we got the Page of Wands. So that was an energy that kept coming out too. And I remember like, and I'm just gonna keep saying it because that's what's going on right now. So like the Page of Wands in the other deck was, actors, entertainers, preachers, motivational speakers, athletes, things of that nature. Good news about something. So this what you're building here, professional. If that's your area of expertise, and I'm not even gonna say like in a career sense, maybe it's just what you're just called to do in life and period, just across the board. Maybe it's just your personality to be like those type of things, and maybe you may never be like the greatest speaker or a top athlete or entertainer, but just in your small sector, maybe you're the it person in your community. So it's just like, but if that is the level or the realm that you dominate in, it's kind of like, be professional with that, right? Be durable in that arena, no matter how small it is. It was something that was coming to me earlier about And this could go along with that, because along with this page comes new opportunities, right? To prosper. What I was gonna say about this page of wands was, it was kind of coming to me earlier too as a download about how a lot of times when we feel called to do things, because this could be what you're calling the page of wands, like you could be called to do a number of things, and it's like we have fresh inspiration, we're very enthusiastic, right, about where we're going, about being a motivational speaker, and that was the example, and that's the same card, gee whiz. So it's like, okay, you're called to be a motivational speaker, and so the optimism here is like, you feel successful when you are able to reach the masses, right? When you're talking to hundreds and thousands of people, like you're like, I'm a successful motivational speaker, da 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 da, because I've got to this place. However, there's a level of professionalism, because we're building something strong and durable here. So there's a level of professionalism that has to come. So it's like, we can't wait until we get to the, let's just say the ultimate goal is to get to the King of Wands. So I'm a page right now. So the King of Wands is the fullness of who I am to become. So right now I'm trying to be this great motivational speaker, but it's like, even though I'm enthusiastic, I have to prepare and be professional now in my young stages, as if I'm already doing the thing before the masses. So it's like, we want to wait till we get to a successful place to have the ethics and da 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 da. But it's like, no, like, if you're a motivational speaker, you have to prepare and be the best professionally that you can, even if you're talking to 5 people versus if you're talking to hundreds and thousands of people. Like, that literally was the example, and it's right here in the cards. That's where you're gonna get your new opportunities from. So it's like, remember your why. When I was talking about setting intentions, like, remember what your why is, why you said that you want to do something, because you're gonna get those opportunities. There's potential here for things to grow. All right, so what steps do I need to take next? This is a gift, right? This is about your gifting. So this obviously was given to you, the gift to be able to do these things, to be a motivational speaker, to be an actor, to be an entertainer. Those were gifts that were given to you by God, and so it's like, you're in the beginning stages of it, and it's like, what do you do, or how do you need to approach? Like, what are the steps I need to take next to make that thing a reality, to grow it, to cultivate it, all right? This is kind of good to me. The King of Cups. So it's going to take a lot of emotional maturity and balance. So the King of Cups is someone who has emotional intelligence, right? You're very balanced. You're very tolerant, fatherly. You have good people skills, good listening. This is a creative leader, right? And maybe for some of you all, maybe that's a gift and an attribute that you possess, right? Because it's sitting on top of the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about a gift. So maybe maybe like, what's the next step for me as the page in trying to be a motivational speaker? So maybe I need to learn to exercise emotional maturity and balance, right? To be a little bit more tolerable, to be a little bit more fatherly, to be in the masculine side of my cup, of my spirit, of my capacity, right? King of Cups. So maybe this could be, so some of y'all, this could really be a cause for you maybe to be, some of the intent that some of y'all need to work on is, even though this is a time of feminine energy, but like, maybe the message is coming from a place of feminine energy because of it's designed to be nurturing, and it's coming as a download, da da da. But the message is coming to you to get you to be more, or to exercise more of your masculine energy. Because we have the King of Pentacles here, and we got a King of Cups here, which are the masculine sides of the more assertive sides, right? We got the Page of Wands here, young male. All right, what's next? Because I feel like the King of Cups is like, it's saying like you need to be an active listener. Right? Nine of Cups energy. This is getting what you want, realizing your dreams, your abundance is here. You're feeling accomplished, you're feeling fulfilled at this time. Or you could be just like, you're gonna find some type of self-satisfaction in the skills that you possess. See, there goes those skills again. So as the King of Cups, like when you get to that place, the creative leader, being tolerant, more fatherly, like when you get into that role, you're gonna start getting your wishes, like the things that you desire, like they're gonna be attracted to you. It could gain you more opportunities, because the Nine of Cups is about, you could be attending or hosting parties. So this could be like a whole nother realm of things that open up to you just because of you being in that or stepping into that new king role as the King of Cups. You're realizing your wishes and your dreams. Y'all having so much fun. Man, that smoothie is fire. I'm telling you. All right, we got the Chariot. So success, progress. Things are moving forward. You're very ambitious. You got lots of drive. You got focus, confidence here. Self-discipline. So that's a lot of good energy here so far. It's kind of like anything, any challenges that present themselves, it's like you have the ability to overcome them, because you got this Chariot here, so it's forward movement. It's willpower, it's self-discipline. Or this page is looking over at this Chariot, so it's kind of like fresh inspiration, enthusiasm. You're ready to explore, like you're enthused, ready to go on this new journey. But the journey could be right now, you know, to learn, you know, to be a little more self-disciplined. Like work on your confidence a little bit. I would probably say confidence more so if the strength card was here, but I mean, the Chariot is still a confident energy, right? Because, you know, anytime we win or we're victorious at something, it is kind of a confidence booster. Let me see, Chariot, that's Cancer, I think. Look at that, strength card. So that's literally what that's about, bro. I can't make it up. That's insane. Anywho, perpetually, you know, the 8, the infinity sign, the cycle. It's non-aggressive control, mastery over your wild side, your strength, yes, your confidence, your patience, compassion, right? So, I mean, that's what's next to you coming out of this page, like victory in circumstances. So any challenges that you run up against, like you have the ability to overcome them, but it could take some self-discipline, you know? But ultimately, it's gonna build your confidence. Right, the confidence is through the roof with the Chariot and the strength card here, but it's not like in it's not in a arrogant, way. There goes that Queen of Pentacles. Staying in your own lane, down to earth, being very practical, very resourceful, that homestead kind of energy, right? I'm gonna show it to y'all. Okay, some of y'all ain't ever seen it. You know, she's always just kind of like looking down at that pentacle right there. Like being in her own lane, like minding her business. So this is a person that minds their business. I'm getting like you just at peace, like being at home chilling. You know, you got the Temperance, you got the Strength card here, you got the Chariot here. Those are 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. You know, or maybe that's what you're working on. Some of y'all working on y'all money. Yeah, the Two of Cups is here. Working on your partnerships, you know, your bonds, your friendships, like the people that you are associated with, like the areas where you share compatibility with, you know what I'm saying? That could be what you working on right now. Because like the Two of Cups, if it was the Lovers, I might think it's more like a relationship type of thing. But this is just about like what you're attracted to and who's attracted to you. Maybe some of y'all are working on the law of attraction right now, like you're trying to manifest things or draw something to you, something that's more healing, you know, because that's kind of like the little healing symbol in between them, where you're trying to work towards something that's, you know, covered, this mutual love and respect between the two of you. That's what you're wanting to cultivate. That's what you want to, you know, you want to build. And if it's like building a homestead type of lifestyle, like you want someone, you want to be attracted to someone who's just like that in some kind of capacity, right? You know, you have to be different, obviously, but like, you know, there can be some common denominators between the two of you that makes the attraction divine what it is, right? It's like with the binary star system, like there has to be something that draws those two celestial bodies of mass together, right? Even though they're two completely different stars, but like something draws them together and keeps them in that orbit. So it's kind of like the same thing here. All right, the Tower. So a sudden realizing something being exposed, like a shock here. This is also false pride being knocked down. So maybe some of y'all, because also the Strength card sometimes can be a prideful energy. So maybe there is a little bit of arrogance that's being torn off. Like I feel like we all, to a degree, got like a little bit of arrogance about us in some type of shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying? So it could be just another side of you that's like dying off, that you is coming to realization. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe like you two with the Two of Cups, like y'all mirror each other to a degree. So it allows you to like have these shocking moments where like false things are exposed, you know, and you're able to like knock false pride down, because you got two people here, and then on this tower you got two people on, you know, with the tower in the middle. So it could be something that you're realizing too about what you attract also as well. So if it's like law of attraction type thing, you could be having some type of rude awakening about the things that you're manifesting, or about things that you are attracted to or that are attracted to you. So it's like if you don't like something that's being attracted to you, you know, like if you always attract a certain type of people and you realize that's a perpetual cycle for you, then you could be having a rude awakening about like what it is about you that keeps you attracting the same types of things or manifesting the same types of things. What's next? For the collective. For the collective. All right, we got the Eight of Cups. So dissatisfied about something. There's some type of dissatisfaction possibly in this Tower situation. Some things that you're dissatisfied about, disappointed. So maybe that's what brought things to an abrupt end with the Tower. So there could have been, this could be like a whole separate scenario where you got like two people who were once attracted to each other, or two things that were attracted to each other, and all of a sudden there's a disrupt. And the disruption, it could have been caused by some type of dissatisfaction or some type of disappointment. So this person has emotionally checked out and is walking on. They are leaving this tower behind. So it's like whatever fell to the ground, it's like they were willing to sacrifice and walk away. And that is a very adult, mature thing to do. Just like this King of Pentacles over here is about maturity. Because sometimes when something falls down that was built on an unsturdy foundation, we have the tendency to always want to go back and try to fix things and rebuild things. And sometimes we just have to let things like fall. And we have to say, though I love you, because sometimes we feel like loving a situation is us going back and rebuilding it, but sometimes it takes more strength for a person to walk away and not go back and rebuild in something that was meant to be torn down. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what I'm getting right here. Yeah, so now you feel like it's time for some solitude, or you're seeking other options with this Eight of Cups, because it's just like whatever happened between the two of y'all, it's like the false pride was knocked down. There was a disrupt, and it's like you're not going back trying to fix it, and it takes more strength because the other person may feel that you don't love them, but sometimes it's like, because I love you so much, I'm willing to not go back and fix this again. Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it could be because this other person was emotionally immature, and it could be a Pisces, because I do know for a fact that the Page of Cups is a Piscean card. Someone was very childish and very self-centered. Yep, and they was a doggone trickster, very deceptive and sneaky. There was a little thief, possibly a little gaslighter here with the Seven of Swords. Yep, and there it is. Yeah, and they thought they was getting away with something. Maybe they even tried to steal some work from you. You know, maybe they were trying to steal your ideas, or they were always like, maybe they were just like using you to, because they wanted to build something themselves. So it's kind of like the deception was like pretending like that they were a Two of Cups. So maybe that's what the Tower was. The Tower was, there was some type of dissatisfaction there on their part, because they were first of all, very emotionally immature, and they were sneaky, thieving, conniving, right? And always thinking that they was getting away with something with the Seven of Swords, not realizing they was leaving a trail behind. But maybe what they was trying to steal from you was like good ideas, like, because the Eight of Pentacles is you putting in that work. But that's something that they can't take from you. Like, you can't imitate that. Either you got it or you don't. And so maybe they was trying to steal your learning style, the way you master things, your skills, you know. Maybe you were involved in an apprenticeship, and maybe they were trying to like steal your life, you know, trying to mimic you in a way to try to build the success that you're ultimately building, because the Eight of Pentacles is like building something, but they didn't have all the ingredients to do it. So they tell is disappointed. Or you could be disappointed. Yeah, now they feel sorry. They crying over spilled milk. And I always like when this card comes out, because too, it's like every time when it's depicted like this in the traditional sense, you got 3 cups that this person is Three cups that this person is kind of grieving over this spilt over. And then you got 2 cups behind it. So when I look at that, how I look at it is that the 3 of Cups alone is about unity. It's like turning up, celebrating, having a good time, like you out drinking and partying. It's being for the world, it's being for the streets in some type of form. And so it's like this person chose that, and they're grieving over that because that turned out to be emptiness, right? With those 3 cups that spilled over. And they completely turned their back on the 2. The 2 of Cups is right here. So the attraction that was there, the thing that was keeping y'all together, they sacrificed that for things of the world, to go out and have a good time, not realizing that those were probably some things that y'all could have shared together because y'all had a mutual bond. So it's like, you know, it would have been better for them to go out and have a couple of drinks with you than to go out and be a friend of the world, so to speak, right? So they turned it back on this. So now they regret that they chose that over nurturing this connection. into the well and they're just having self-pity right now. They're just kind of wallowing in it. Or they could be also wallowing over the fact that they stole from you. Okay, yeah, I'm also getting that too. They could be having self-pity and regretting stuff over the memory of them being in the Seven of Swords energy, thinking that they was getting over on you and you really knew the whole time. Because you was the Queen of Pentacles over here focused on home. You was being home-centered, self-centered. This person thought they was stealing something from you and they thought you didn't know. So then now they feel in pity because it was like they realized that you knew all along what they was doing. And also too, they could be in pity that they didn't have the opportunity to build something of craft with you. And it could literally have been like a business that they didn't get the opportunity to craft, to do together because they chose to do other things. Or it literally could be like, in a metaphoric sense, like they don't get to craft a life together with you, a dynamic with you. Boom, look, there go the Three of Cups. Right there. Bro, supportive, alliance, friendships, community, strength and unity, social gathering, celebration. So yeah, that's why I was getting about the whole celebration thing. That's what they chose. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like understanding being mature as the King of Pentacles. There's a time and a place for everything. And some people just do too much. You gotta be tempered. You gotta have some balance, moderation. Too much of a good thing can be a problem. What's next? Alright, I'm gonna just do a couple more cards. Because I wasn't trying to make this lengthy, but you know, I did talk for a little bit too. Let's try to get like 3 more cards. And then I'm gonna take a nap because your boy, I'm sleepy. Alright, the 9 of Wands. So this is resilience. So you're overcoming these feelings. So every battle that you have to fight, you know, with this person, for this person, on behalf of this person, because of being connected to this person or whatever this is, it's like you're resilient. Like, you could be watching out for the next predicament because it kind of puts you in a very like watchful state right now because you've been through and you've endured so much, but you're very resilient. And I think when this card is in the reverse, it's you putting up defense mechanisms. So at least if that's the case in the reversal, at least in this state, you're not throwing up those mechanisms. And at least you're not too guarded and pessimistic and defensive, right? Defense mechanism, right? That's what I was trying to say. I couldn't think of it after I just said it. So at least you're not in that energy of putting defense mechanisms up. 2 of Wands, you're developing and having a clear plan. So while you're in the place of resilience, you are developing and having a clear plan. And you're choosing to move forward. So it's like I was saying earlier, like you chose to move forward with or without this person. That was the love. And because it's a wand, it's very like the world is your oyster. Like you have so many possibilities now, like so much room for expansion because you got rid of this that was over here. And you're like, bro, sis, like you've been through it, yeah. Because you saw something as a loss. Like your back is turned toward these losses. Like you got a bright future with the 2 of Wands here. The world is your oyster. Like you literally can go anywhere, do anything you want to do. The world is at the palm of your hand. And you have your back turned towards anything that has to deal with poverty. And I'm not even talking about just money, like impoverished mindsets, or you know, you turned your back on losses, because the 5 of Pentacles can also be losses, things that we're lacking. So it's like I'm choosing and making a choice to look forward, and I'm counting my losses, and I'm gonna let them be what they are, and I'm gonna keep that in the past. Which that is one of the oracle cards for this new moon read that I want to do. It's talking about leaving things in the past. So this is literally kind of like the energy that I'm getting right here off of this. This Five of Pentacles, though, could also be like the person that you left behind. Like, they could be feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned. You could have just literally just up and abandoned that person, you know. Because even though these two people are in the same situation, like the one in the front is not paying this one any attention. And it's like, even though they're in the same circumstances, in the same situation, it looks like the person in the back with the crutches, it feels like you're in the same, it's kind of like we are not the same person. It's like, even though like we both might come from the ghetto, one looks to be in worse, more shape than the other one. It's kind of like what I'm saying. So it's like, even though we come from the same place or we were in the same situation, we are not the same person. Even though this person is out in the cold in the front, like, they seem to be okay because, you know, they got their little hoodie on. Like, they might be a little uncomfortable because they ain't got no shoes on their feet, but it's not the same as, you know, you got a leg wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? You on a crutch. Like, that's very uncomfortable. That's more uncomfortable. And they just look really like, they look wore out in the face. You know what I'm saying? So, two people in the same situation, the same predicament, but one looks like what they're going through. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. One looks like what they're going through and the other one doesn't. So it's like, you don't even look like what you've been through. Yeah, spiritual bankrupt, in despair. Let me just do one more. Just set your intention and remember why you decided to do something. So even in this situation, if you was the one that walked away, you know, sometimes, like I said earlier, like, we have a tendency to want to go back and build things that, you know, we should just walk away from. So it's like, if you did decide to walk away, sometimes we do experience a guilt or remorse, and we think about the past and how we coulda, shoulda, woulda did something different, and we think that sometimes we should go back. And it's like, but no, sometimes we have to remember the why we walked away and how life is so much more different now that we did that. And oftentimes sad retreat, sometimes it's better. Let's get one more card for the collective, and we're gonna close this out. The Magician. I have not seen that card in a while. Mr. Creativity, Mercury, good communicator. Transfers ideas and goals into reality. You're skillful. So I was talking about this skill set earlier. Adding skill, adding value, confident in your power. Very resourceful. That's it, you know. So maybe, like I said, coming from the same place, same situation, same scenarios, but one person chose to be the magician and decided to make something out of nothing. Right? Resilience here. You took your ideas and goals and you turned them into a reality. So yeah, that has been your little new moon read for today, as the sun is now coming up and the incense is coming through. I love it. All right, so until next time, y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification button or bell, whatever you want to call it, so you guys can receive notifications about those downloads or uploads that I do. All right, so until next time, talk to y'all later. Bye.